All right. Tonight we are talking about rosé. Rosé all day, all year. If you are watching this on the replay, please in the comments below, just let me or know, I guess, just type the word replay. I always like to know who's watching on the replay and who is catching this live. I have got so many great rosés for you to share today. Not only are we tasting rosés, but we're going to talk about how rosé is made, which region specializes in it, and why it's so good with so many dishes we love to eat during the summer. So if you are catching me here live, though, in the comments below, type the word live. I also want to know who's here with me live and in person. I'm Natalie MacLean, editor of Canada's largest wine review site. I also offer wine and food pairing classes online. And you can find a free sample of those courses at nataliemaclean.com/class, the URL that's right under me. All right, I'm going to go over to Facebook and see if I am talking to myself or the ether, or if there are some folks here with me now. So I believe we're live. Good. And here we go. All right, that's good. Whoops, I'm going to mute myself as soon as I click in here. And you guys are already coming in here. All right, Meg is here. Hey, Meg, you are a new course student, the Wine Smart course students, who are also here. And tonight we'll be meeting after this for a guided tasting of Chardonnay, because it is Chardonnay week, and I'll mention more about that as we get going. So, who else is here? Elaine Bruce is here from Calgary, another course student. All right, guys. I love how keen you are. You're in the door first off. And let me know, for those of you who are already here, and I see a number of you are lurking, not typing. Let me know if you're here. What city? What's the weather? And one of those answers, you don't have to answer every question I throw out there, but do you have a favorite rosé? Are you drinking one tonight, or maybe something else? What's in your glass? And even if it's not rosé, I'd love to know what you're drinking. And any favorite rosés you've tried recently, because that is the way we crowdsource a shopping list here every time we meet. Every second Wednesday, by the way, at 7 p.m. Eastern, that's Toronto, New York time. And we have a lot of fun. All right, Amy is here from Winnipeg. John is here in the house. John's a regular. Amy, is this your first time? Welcome, everybody. Welcome to you all. It's great. I love the community that we have here. I'm going to kick it off. I'm going to start tasting, but I'll keep welcoming people as you come in the virtual door. Sit at the virtual kitchen table. I'm going to start off with White Cliff, the one I just opened before I hit live. Hey, Mary Lynn is here from Ottawa, and she's with Martin. All right, my fellow Ottawans. And you're having the Huff Rosé Getaway. So is that Huff Estate from Prince Edward County, Mary Lynn? All right, welcome, welcome. Mary Lynn is also a new Wine Smart course member. So I'm so glad you joined us right off the bat. Way to go, Mary Lynn. And Carmen is here from Kenora. A storm is rolling in from Manitoba. Oof, that sounds foreboding. I wonder which wine pairs with foreboding. Joanne is here. Hello. And she's drinking Magic Box Remarkable Rosé from Australia and Three of Hearts from Henry of Pelham Rosé. That is such a great wine. I haven't tried the first one, Joanne, but the Henry of Pelham. I also have here Henry of Pelham's regular, I guess you'd call it, rosé. I can't wait to try that. But their Three of Hearts is so nice, and it's got a beautiful bottle too. I'm a kind of a sucker for a nice design on a bottle. We love Long Weekend and La Floie, says Mary Lynn. Terrific. Mark Davis is here drinking rosé from Sacramento. All right, Mark. Oh, La Fille. Got it, Mary Lynn. All right, so I'm going to try the White Cliff, which is from New Zealand. And as I said, I was just nipping into this before I went live, and quite liked it. What is this based on? If it's a Pinot Noir, I wonder. Winemaker selection. Let's see what it says on the front. Rosé. It doesn't say the grape, so it's probably a blend. $14.95. That's great. Okay. Oh gosh, so lovely. Like Little field strawberries, you're going to hear me say that a lot. Maybe I should acronymize it. LFS. Little field strawberries. Is so pretty. Pretty color too. Completely dry. That is lovely. Very mouth-watering. Great for seafood, shellfish, field greens, vegetarian dishes, quiche, all kinds of things. Yum. Isa is here, watching from the I thought you were watching from the clouds, Isa. Watching clouds rolling into Sudbury. We need more rain. It's all about blueberries. All right. I know. The stretch of heat we've had in July here in Ottawa, it's been plus 30 degrees for like the first 2 weeks of July. It just let up, like, I think it was on Sunday or something. And, you know, now it's only in the high 20s. Crazy, crazy, crazy. The vines need protection too from the heat. You know, the all farmers kind of suffer when we get this extreme heat. Of course, they can irrigate where it's legal. And I'm talking about winemaking, not other types of farming. But that still, the stress heat on the vines can really cut down production of how many grapes it's going to produce and the yield and that sort of thing. All right. Patty is here from Vancouver Island. Hello, Patty, and she's drinking Meiomi Rosé from California. It's a favorite of a lot of people. Dawn is in Oshawa drinking, you guys are so on trend, 13th Street Burger Blend Rosé. So many people here with rosé. You can always fake your rosé. You can always tell me what rosé you love if you're not necessarily drinking it tonight. But if you've just shared with us which rosé you're tasting, tell us in the comments, do you like it? Personally, this White Cliff, I love. Like, that is lovely. And yeah, that's $14.95. I'd edge up toward 90 on this, 89 or 90. Could probably put me over the top on a 90. Points out of 100, I'm saying, not degrees Fahrenheit. One more taste, just to be thorough. That is pretty. So, since you are already anticipating enjoying this chat, take a moment to share. Hit the share button and let your wine-loving friends, family know about this. Even if they can't join us live, if you share it with them, they can catch the video recording later. So if you hit the share button or the watch party button, that's an alternative. And of course, they will love to know why. You can always comment. It's all about rosés. You should catch this. Blah, blah, blah. Cool. And Peter has checked in with us. Fave is probably Pierre Spar Sparkling Rosé. Oh, that is so good. That is French from Alsace, I believe, Peter. And tonight you are drinking Maximo Oro, a Chardonnay Grasvina blended from Croatia, and loving it. Is it a rosé, Peter? It's okay if it's not. But that sounds really intriguing. Loving the fresh acidity, floral nose, medium evolving finish. Ooh, good tasting note. Perfect match with cold tuna salad. All right. Oh, thanks for sharing, Mary Lynn. Patty is drinking, oh yes, you told us, Patty. Meiomi. Okay, so let's keep going, shall we? So that was the White Cliff. Now, who mentioned they had the Henry of Pelham, the Three of Hearts? I think, was that you, Joanne? So I've got not Three of Hearts, but another Henry of Pelham rosé from Niagara. And I'm going to give this one a taste, see how it goes. Live. What if I don't like it? Just kidding. Usually I like wines from this winery. All right. So let's give it a swirl. A little bit lighter in color than the New Zealand. Oh, but more deeper field berries. Is there an acronym for that? Deeper field berries. DFB, as opposed to little FS, little field strawberries. I won't keep those straight. I'm not even going to try. That is a nice nose, though. These are more like juicy, like raspberries, as opposed to strawberries. Now, this is all subjective. Do not get intimidated when I'm picking out all of these berries and stuff. It is in relation to what you remember, what you've tasted, what you've tried in your own experience. To me, this says raspberries. But I would love to know from those of you who are tasting a rosé in your glass tonight, or from memories of a favorite rosé, what do you get out of rosé? What do you taste? What do you smell? Doesn't have to be detailed. I was in one tasting class and someone said they tasted or they smelled the Dallas airport. And we were tasting Riesling and they were getting the petrol notes, right? So it can be anything. It can be wild. I've even called some Bordeaux wines Band-Aids. I get Band-Aids. It's kind of the oak, the smell from the particular oak they were using. Anyway. That's lovely. Very juicy berry on the palate. Fresh, round, some acidity. Not as much acidity as the New Zealand, but very crisp and vibrant. I'd definitely be 89 on that. 89 on that. That sounds so snobby. I'm 89 on that. But it's quite good. And here it is. And after sometime during the week, I will post the links of all the wines that I'm showing you tonight. All right. So they all link to my website where you can find the reviews, the stock in your local liquor store, and so on. All right. Villas is here. Am I saying your name correctly, Villas? All right, you were drinking Master Brassard. Our daughter tells it tastes like twice the price, and that's what we want, don't we? We are always on the hunt for wines that taste like twice as expensive as they cost. And I'm familiar with that wine, Master Brassard. Fabulous winery. Presumably you're tasting the rosé, but their reds, their whites, all really great, top-notch French wine. Lori, hello. Enjoying a bottle of Grand Sud Rosé, a gift from a friend. Grand Sud is that sounds like it's from southern France. Where is it from, Lori? Because I'm not sure if I've tried that one. Oh, Elaine, Calgary. I love Tavel. You know what? This is not one I'm opening tonight because I've had it so many times I can tell you by memory, but this is by far my favorite Tavel. It came out in vintages about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I love it. They have Chateau de Caria and Domaine de Caria. This is their higher end one, Chateau de Caria, $24.95. The Domaine is $19.95. I love this one. I bought 2 cases. And the thing about Rhone, and especially Tavel, which is a smaller region within the Rhone Valley of France, is that all of the rosés they make are dry. They tend to be very full-bodied. I mean, look at the dark color on this. They set out as though they're making a red wine from Grenache, Mourvèdre, Syrah, and they do the Saunier method, bleeding. I know that doesn't sound tasty, does it? But they let the color bleed off into the juice until they get the color they want, and then they stop. So they're not blending a red and a white. And they get these wonderful, deep red wine flavors and aromas without, the heavy tannin or alcohol tends to be on the higher side for rosé, but not compared to some of the big reds, and definitely not oaky. All right, Jacqueline. 2 of my faves from BC, Sipes Sparkling Rosé. Oh yeah, and that's a organic, biodynamic winery in Summerhill, BC. They age their wine in a pyramid. I interviewed Stephen Sipes on Facebook Live, and I wonder if we've turned that into a podcast yet. Some things I should be just noting here in the comments, but I do have a podcast, and you can catch that every week. You can listen to it on my website or wherever you get your podcasts. If you're not familiar with what podcasts are, they're like little on-demand radio shows where I interview winemakers and so on. You can put me in your earbuds and walk the dog, do the dishes, whatever. Gary Horner says, I'm having trouble with the video. Keeps stopping and saying Facebook is having trouble with the feed. Is anyone else having trouble? Because I don't see, usually I'm the one who has lots of tech difficulties, so that may be your internet connection. Gary, you might want to refresh your browser, try another browser. If it's giving you real grief, reboot. That's my answer to everything. Reboot. Tom Nolan's in the house, and his favorite rosé is made by Gerard Bertrand from the south of France. I know. Gerard Bertrand has a number of bottles. The one I love, Tom, and I'm wondering if this is the one you're referring to, is the one that's lovely shaped slope shoulder, and then the bottom is etched glass that looks like a rose. So it's the Roses Rosé by Gerard Bertrand. It's one that I'll often use as a water decanter. It's so beautiful, the bottle. Joanne, 3 of Hearts, get strawberries, pink grapefruit, fresh cut grass, little tangerine. Magic Box is wild strawberries, much sweeter than regular, with a touch of watermelon and hayfield. Woohoo! Nice tasting note. That's all right. Mark, okay, yeah, you're getting a smooth feed. Okay, let me keep going. I've got a bouquet of rosés on my desk, and I want to make sure I get through them because I also have to wrap this up around 7:30, 7:35 because I've got a private tasting with my with my Wine Smart students, a number of whom are here tonight. And I'm so glad you all showed up because you get the double hit. We are doing a guided tasting of Chardonnays tonight, folks. And I've sent out the list of Chardonnays for you in case you want to taste the exact same wine or similar wines or the same wines if it works out. And we can compare notes and that sort of thing. So this week is kind of Chardonnay week. I don't know if you have heard of this, everyone, but the I4C, the International Cool Climate Chardonnay Celebration, I4C, happens in Niagara every July, near the end of July. Of course, with COVID, they've taken it online, so you can participate in their virtual tastings online. If you go to coolchardonnay.org, I think it is, .org or .com, you can find out all of the tastings there. And that is why my course students and I are going to taste through some Chardonnays, get you warmed up for that. All right, so let's keep moving. What else is here? Here's another one that reminds me of Mas de Brassard, but is a separate winery called Chapoutier from the Rhone Valley. Not Tavel, but Côte de Rhône. And this is Bellarouche. But usually this is such a good value as well. Reds and whites. It's been a while since I tasted the rosé. Let's see, does it have... It's usually 15 or less. Lovely color. Now we're back to those little field strawberries. All right. That's really good. So you get the strawberries, but it's a real savory, more deeper flavored berries on the palate. I really like that. It's got, medium to what I call almost full-bodied for rosé. Some really lovely flavors. I think grilled chicken, grilled veggies, portobello mushroom. That'd be so nice. Oh, that's definitely a 90. Gotta taste it again just to be thorough for you. All right. So if you're just joining me, please type in where you're logging in from. What city, what town, province, state, where, country. I want to hear from you, or just say hi. And again, if you're watching this on the replay during the week, please type below replay, because I always like to know who catches this on the replay. And optionally, what is your favorite rosé? All right, cool. Let's see. Lane Bruce says, I have the Domaine Lafond. I do love some of those BC rosés as well. Jacqueline, hello Jacqueline, is tasting Thornhaven Estates from rosé from the Okanagan Valley. Crisp acidity. Blend of Pinot Meunier, Pinot Noir, and Syrah. Interesting blend. And guys, if you've never taken it, I do offer a free online wine and food pairing class at the URL right under my face. NatalieMacLean.com/class. I'll put that in there as well, just so you can click on it, because you can choose a day and a time that work for you, and we do some fun wine and food pairings in that class. All right. Martin is here. Hello. Huff Getaway is amazing. Oh, Martin is with Mary Lynn. Tart and some apple in taste, small berries on the bouquet. Nice. Very nice. Well done, Martin. Don, working fine. Okay, good. Okay, Susan is here. Yes, having trouble with the FB. Sorry, we're having trouble playing the video. I'm in Miami, Florida. COVID hotspot of the world. Oh no, Susan. Try refreshing your browser, try a new browser, or reboot. Try one of those things. Colin McCone has joined. Hello, Colin. Nice to have you with us here in Ottawa. And Don just logged in, watching from Innisfil, south of Barrie. I love that name, Innisfil. Lovely. Do you have any rosé in your glass, Don? Or if not, what is your favorite rosé of all those you've tried? So again, this one I just tried. Love it. Would give that definitely a 90. From France, from the Rhone. Beautiful. All right. Let me keep going. What else did I want to open for you? Because I'm going to show you some bottles too that I've tried in the past. Share with you my notes. Here's a new one. Drea's Rosé from Niagara Peninsula. And this is Andrea Kaiser. She is the daughter of Carl Kaiser, the late Carl Kaiser, who, with Don Zeraldo, started Inniskillen. So she's got her own small winery. Now, she works full-time at Rife Winery, fabulous winery. But she's got her little side project here that she just recently started with her own label. So this has got some real cherry berry color on the visual here. Let's see what's happening in the glass. Now what that's got is cranberry or cran apple. Lovely. Cran apple. Very nice. Completely different from everything else, which is always lovely. Definitely cranberry. She's got some raspberries on the label, so that could work too. I mean, in terms of the aromas, but I get cranberry cran apple. So some nice juicy acidity for seafood. Anything grilled, really, from veggies to chicken to pork chops to whatever you want to throw on the grill. That is lovely. Very, very nice. Cool. Yeah, it is a beautiful color, isn't it, Marilyn? Hard to pick the best one. Cool. All right, so I wanted to share some too that I had just discovered recently. This one from Argentina called Argento is $9.95, and you're gonna think I'm crazy. I gave it a 90. I usually don't do that, especially, it's not because I'm a price snob, but I just don't usually find wines that cheap, that good. But this is really good. Again, I kind of went into hoarding mode and bought 2 cases because it's a good one to serve to friends as well, patio sipper. But I love it because it's just got a lot of interesting aromas and refreshing and just amazing for the price. The most popular rosé in Ontario is from Malivoire Ladybug. Super popular rosé, very well made. This is a gravity flow winery, meaning they really treat everything gently. They're not pumping and doing anything rough with the grapes or the juice or the wine. And this is a lovely wine. I usually give this 88, 89 at least. Very good rosé. Another one from France that's a good value is this one, Augier from the Rhone Valley, Ventoux. I think this is only about $13. Very light, pretty sipper. Really good. Again, I'll post all the links. And the one I picked up that I have not tried yet, only because I'm going to do a segment on celebrity wines on television, is Vanderpump Rosé. You know the show Vanderpump? I haven't watched it. But has anyone tried this? I'm going to save opening it for the segment I'm doing. But I'm curious. It's Côte de Provence. It looks lovely. It ain't cheap. It's $29.95. But I would be curious if anybody tried that. It just came out in vintages. And of course, when it comes to rosés, we can also have sparkling rosé. Several folks have mentioned sparkling rosés. This is a lovely one from Benjamin Bridge in Nova Scotia. Really terrific. They ship across the country, by the way. Free shipping right now. All right. So, again, if you're enjoying this chat, please just take a brief moment to share it out with your friends, family, And even better, let them know why you're doing that. Why are you doing that? Because they might want to catch this later. All right, coolio. So I'm going back, I'm trying to think of all the ones I tasted tonight. I think I've got a close tie between the White Cliff and the Charpentier. I think these would be my two standouts. I'm going to go back to the Charpentier, see just make sure my analysis was correct. So, what food pairings do you like with rosé? I'd love to get creative or just get suggestions. You don't have to be a culinary whiz, but what do you love to pair rosé with? That's nice. That's really got some depth to it. Really good. Oh, and right, we have a calendar that you can subscribe to, so that we go live every second Wednesday at 7 p.m. And just so you know, I'm going to post the calendar. I'm just going to look for the link, and let me just get this, because it will add it automatically to your, like if you use Outlook or if you use Google Calendar or whatever. It's really cool. I love this little piece of software. And then you'll know what we're tasting and when we're tasting. You'll never miss a tasting again. So let me just put this in the comments, and you click and you can subscribe to it. So it'll add it automatically, and you can always unsubscribe to it, but it'll just put a little note in your calendar when we're having a tasting and what wines will be on deck. So I think that helps. Yes, Martin, I like to pair rosé with more rosé as well. Jacqueline, I like to pair it with brie cheese and salty crackers. Nice. Very nice. Cool. Oh, Marianissen unoaked Chardonnay. Cool. I've got a bunch of Marianissen to taste. I've got to taste a bunch of that, including a rosé. So I didn't open it tonight, but I'm going to get into that very soon because I need to post some reviews. Elaine, I had a lavender macaroon with Montrose, but I can't eat those for dinner. Was a taste of heaven. I'll bet. Oh, this is so good. So guys, do you have any questions about rosé? We've gone through a lot of bottles here. I'll post the links. We can't get into a full-fledged tutorial as we do with the Wine Smart course, but, essentially rosé can be made through different methods, blending red and white, but more commonly the better rosés are the sort of bleed method of, starting off almost like you're going to make a red wine and then stopping the skin contact, because the skins are where all the color is, with the juice, so that you get the color that you want. And the skins have all of those sort of magical precursors of flavor too. So that gets released into the wine as the wine is created, fermented, and so on. I just love the whole process. All right, another sip of this Charpentier. Dawn says, depending on the rosé, we go spicy. Yes. Curries, Indian, Thai, Chinese, Japanese, even West Indies, Jamaica. So good. Cool. Well, that's great. I'm so glad you brought up that Dawn, because, a lot of the flavors we love for dinner these days are very spicy, hot, or whatever. And a chilled rosé is just the thing, because not all of us want to have a Riesling, like a off-dry white wine. Rosé is the ticket with a lot of those dishes, especially when you want the flavor of red wine, but you don't want the tannin, oak, and alcohol with those kinds of dishes. Hey, Darlene. Nice to see you here. I'm glad subscribing to the calendar worked. It's so cool, isn't it? And then you'll get all the themes, the upcoming tastings and themes. Cool. All right. We are having not too sweet watermelon with our rosé. Oh, that's good. That's an interesting pairing. Yeah, because you always want to make sure that your wine is sweeter than what you're eating, because sometimes if you don't, the wine can taste bitter by comparison. That's more a tip for when you're pairing dessert wine and dessert. Alrighty. Paired it, Joanne says, with mussels, mushroom, dill, cream sauce over pasta tonight. It worked really well with the 3 of hearts. I'll bet it did. Oh, all right. That sounds like a great pairing. Guys, I love this. It always flies by so fast. As you know, if you joined in late, you can always watch the recording. It'll be up on Facebook within minutes of when we wrap this up. Dawn says she had the Joseph's Niagara and the Lake Rosé. I actually think they called it Blush. Yeah, that was outstanding. Cool. I've got their wines to taste too, Dawn. Thanks for the reminder. All right, so we will be back here in 2 weeks' time, tasting again, and I'm trying to remember what the next one was, but if you subscribe to the calendar, you will know what the theme is. I posted the link in the comments there, so all you have to do is click, like Darlene did, and just say, yep, add it to my calendar. You can remove it anytime. It's no biggie. There should be an acronym for that too, I think. Anyway, love this. Love spending time with you. Enjoy your wines. To my Wine Smart course students, we're heading over to the private members Facebook group now, and we're going to do a guided tasting of Chardonnay. So open your next round of bottles, and I will see you there. All right, guys. Bye.